If you're searching for movies centered around complicated family relationships, forbidden feelings, secrets, and emotional conflicts involving stepmothers and stepsons, this list has plenty to explore. We've arranged these films chronologically, starting with the oldest and ending with the most recent. Number 10. 40 Shades of Blue, 2005. Director, Ira Sachs. Set in Memphis, Tennessee, this drama follows Laura, a young woman originally from Russia who lives with Alan, an established music producer, and their son. Their relationship has become increasingly distant over time. When Michael, Alan's son from an earlier marriage, comes to stay with them, his arrival changes the atmosphere of the household. His presence makes Laura reconsider her life, her relationship, and the carefully maintained balance she has become accustomed to.
Number 9. Natural Selection, 2011. Director, Robbie Pickering. Linda White is a deeply religious housewife living a sheltered life in suburban Texas. Everything changes when she discovers that her dying husband has an illegitimate 23-year-old son named Raymond living in Florida. Determined to fulfill her husband's final request, Linda travels to find Raymond and bring him home. The unusual journey creates an unexpected bond between them and forces Linda to confront parts of her own life and past that she had long avoided. Number 8. Sub Rosa, 2014. Director, Christian Delara. This coming-of-age drama follows a teenage boy who has grown up under the strict authority of his father. During one transformative summer, tensions within the family begin to grow. His complicated feelings toward his stepmother and his increasingly difficult relationship with his father push him toward adulthood. The experiences of that summer ultimately change the young man and lead him to challenge his father's authority in unexpected ways.
Number 7. Quos, 2014. Director, Gita Shifter. Set against the harsh and oppressive atmosphere of 19th century Mexico, this film tells a story of forbidden love, idealism, and rebellion. The central character refuses to allow the stigma surrounding his birth to determine his future. His personal struggle becomes connected with a much larger fight against the influence of Spain and the Catholic Church, eventually helping shape his place in the history of modern Mexico. Number 6. In Perfect Health, 2017. Director, Anka Damian. Andre is a young lawyer struggling to understand the mysterious circumstances surrounding his father's death. His father, Toma, was a respected judge, and the unanswered questions surrounding his final days drive Andre to investigate. As he reconstructs what happened, he encounters Elena, his father's young widow. His search gradually develops into a complicated story involving family secrets, attraction, deception, and difficult truths.
Number 5. The River, 2018. Director, Juan Pablo Rojas. At only 16, Sebastian finds himself searching for somewhere he can belong. He travels to a small Bolivian border town where his father, Rafael, lives with his new wife. Away from the noise and excitement of the city, Sebastian initially struggles to adapt to his new surroundings. But as he becomes familiar with the quiet town and its people, his feelings toward Julieta begin to grow. At the same time, he becomes increasingly aware of his father's abusive behavior and decides that he can no longer remain silent. Number 4. Queen of Hearts, 2019. Director, Mai El-Toki. An appears to have everything under control: a successful career, a husband, and a comfortable family life with their twin daughters. Her carefully organized world begins to fall apart when her teenage stepson, Gustav, enters the picture. What starts as a seemingly private and liberating choice develops into a destructive situation involving secrecy, manipulation, power, and betrayal, ultimately placing An's family and career at serious risk.
Number 3. A Fish Swimming Upside Down, 2020. Director, Eliza Hittman. After the death of Hannah, Philip and his son Martin are both struggling with the emptiness she left behind. Their lives become complicated when Andrea, a mysterious woman with little known about her past, enters their world. Both father and son develop feelings toward her, creating a tense emotional triangle filled with desire, uncertainty, insecurity, and unresolved grief. As the summer progresses, each character begins searching for affection, stability, and a sense of belonging. Number 2. Woman in Car, 2021. Director, Verona Rose. Anne is a widow living with her 7-year-old daughter in an upscale neighborhood of Montreal. While her new husband is away on business in New York, her stepson unexpectedly returns after years of being absent. He arrives with a young Turkish woman whose unusual behavior immediately makes Anne uneasy. As Anne becomes increasingly fascinated by the stranger, she begins to suspect that the visitors may be connected to painful events from the past. Number 1. Last Summer, 2023. Director, Catherine Breillat. A French teenager leaves the city where he has been living with his mother and moves to the countryside to stay with his estranged father and his family. His arrival creates tension with his stepmother and changes the dynamics of the household. Meanwhile, the stepmother, Anne, is an accomplished lawyer married to Pierre and raising their daughters. As a complicated relationship develops between Anne and Theo, Pierre's son from a previous marriage, her professional career and family life are placed in an increasingly dangerous position. Final thoughts. From intense family dramas and coming-of-age stories to psychological thrillers and forbidden relationships, these 10 films explore complicated characters and relationships in very different ways. Starting with 40 Shades of Blue, 2005, and ending with Last Summer, 2023, the list covers almost 2 decades of cinema. Which movie from this list would you watch first?